Hey everybody, it's Ellen Trom, and I just wanted to come to you from my kitchen today with one of our favorite warm-up soup recipes. This is super easy. This has been a family favorite of ours for years. We do it in a deep covered baker in the microwave. And so what I have done, I'm just going to show you here quickly. I've pre-prepped part of this. I've got some cubed russet potatoes. Now you can use regular baking potatoes, and this is my baker that I got when I first started Pampered Chef back in 2000. I think I probably acquired this in 2009, so it's held up really well. And so what I have done is I've cubed these potatoes, put about a quarter cup of milk in with them, cook them until they were tender. I have an old microwave, so it takes a little longer, and I do not have a turntable. So this just takes me a little bit longer than maybe it would you if you've got a newer microwave and a turntable. I have to stop and turn mine every 5 minutes, and that's how I get all the potatoes done. So it takes anywhere, depending on how many potatoes you put in here. It calls for 3 large baking potatoes, but I just generally use russets because they're cheaper. And you know, if they're little, it doesn't matter. You just cut them up a little bit and you're good to go. So, sorry, I'm looking for my scraper here. And I just use, and I don't like mash them. I just smash them up pretty good. Red potatoes work for this recipe, but they're waxy, so they don't get the starch going in them like you get with russets or baking potatoes. The baking potatoes will make like for a fluffier baked potato chowder. But this works out pretty good. Now I've softened 4 ounces of cream cheese in the microwave, and then it calls for 3.5 cups of milk. I've got probably more potatoes in here, so I'm probably going to do closer to 3 3/4. But I wanted to show you, this recipe is on my website at www.pamperedchef.biz/Ellen Trom. But it doesn't tell you this tip. The first time I made this, I dumped in all of the milk, okay? And I am here to tell you I had a lumpy looking soup. So what I have discovered with recipes that call for softened cream cheese, and I always soften it in the microwave for about 20-25 seconds, for 4 ounces, closer to 30 for a whole 8-ounce brick. But I have learned that I just put a little bit in there, okay? Can you see this? And it's gonna be a little lumpy to start with, but you just kind of bang that whisk out. This is the Pampered Chef whisk. Love this whisk. Scrambled eggs, anything that you have to whisk. Even a whole cake mix goes super fast with this whisk. It's designed really, really well, and I just love it. The blades are flexible, and it works pretty well. So my tip to you is start with literally a tablespoon or 2 of milk, and then kind of whip it until it's fairly smooth. Add just another tablespoon or 2 of milk, and you'll end up with like what it should look like, not a lumpy, because I thought, oh, it'll melt in the microwave when I put it in there. Yeah, no. So just a little tidbit here, so be patient, because I've got everything else prepped. And this doesn't really take super long. Once you know, and as you go and it starts to like thin out, you can add a whole lot more milk at one time. Okay, so we're like getting there. And I find just beating off the whisk in the bottom of the bowl really helps. This is our classic batter bowl. How many of you have that? I don't know what I would do without our classic batter bowl. It does such a super job. And I just mix the cream, or soften the cream cheese in this, and it works out really well. Okay, I'm getting pretty runny here, so I can go a whole lot faster now. And and I'm not going to have cream cheese lumps in my soup, reckon the look of it. This is great for like egg dishes too, when there's a couple of egg dishes that call for softened cream cheese, and then you add either some milk or some other liquid with it. Do it a little at a time, and you will have a much, much better result. Another reason I love my classic batter bowl is I don't have to dirty another measuring cup because there's measure marks on it. And so I can just go, see, I'm about almost at 3 cups now, so I'm going to add quite a bit more here, and we're to the 3.5 cup mark, and I'm just going to scrape down the sides of my bowl with my whisk, and I've got about 4 cups in there, okay, and that's really 3.5 cups of milk because I had a 1/2 cup cream cheese, right? So, and that's about what you're supposed to have. So let's see if this is enough. If it's not, I'll just add a little bit more milk. My husband is really excited because this is what he requested for his lunch this week. He loves this soup, and I love making it because it's easy. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do, it calls, I think, for a 1/4 cup of butter. I often just do 2 tablespoons or 3, because you could skinny this recipe up with like 1% or skim milk, use your Neufchtel cheese, or your fat-free cream cheese, and just use less butter. You don't need all of that butter. In fact, sometimes I have forgotten it, and nobody ever notices. There was one time I even forgot to do the milk and the cream cheese, and just did the butter, and it was okay, you know, not maybe as good as any other time. I'm just adding a little salt and pepper. This is super easy ingredients. This is a budget-friendly recipe for you because potatoes are cheap, or cheaper than a lot of other things in this super filling soup. So I'm going to say I've got 3 chopped green onions here. I'm going to put most of it here in my soup right now, and then we are supposed to have 4 ounces of shredded cheese. Well, I've gotten where I like brick cheese over the bag cheese, and you can use the bag cheese, but the brick cheese is going to work a little better. I lost my grater. Okay, here it is. It was hiding behind my bowl. I do love the Pampered Chef adjustable coarse grater. I'm not even going to measure this cheese because about 1/2 brick is going to be what I need for the soup. So I'm going to use most of what I've got left. I used part of it yesterday. We jazzed up just Kraft macaroni and cheese with some mild cheddar cheese. Our recipe actually calls for sharp cheddar cheese, but since I need to use this brick and I don't want to find a moldy mess, I'm going to use mild today. And I absolutely love our grater. You can see how quickly this goes. And did you know you get an extra cup of cheese out of a brick of cheese that you do not get in the bag that says it's 8 ounces? So I was like, what's that noise? My husband's drilling something outside. Sorry, I was just confused for a minute. So anyway, so I am just doing the majority of this. Notice that I've got my wrapper around the cheese, and I do that for a reason, because wherever you touch the cheese is where it's going to mold first. So if you plan on putting part of your cheese back, try not to touch the portion that you're going to put back in the refrigerator. And I like to just like wrap it up as tight as I can here in the wrapper. Or best is just to do plastic wrap, but I'm lazy. And then I just take a rubber band and put around it and put it in a little Ziploc baggie and press all the air out, okay? So I am gonna stir all of this together and put it back in the microwave for roughly 3 to 5 minutes, probably 5. It's been sitting out a little longer. I've got laundry going and all of that this afternoon, so I've been like multitasking big time here. So, and then I'm just going to put this in until it's hot again, and the cheese and the butter is melted, and then soup's on. And you can see it makes quite a bit. This is super filling soup, so it goes a long way. So it's great for a family meal. And most of the time I have it ready in about a half an hour. While the potatoes are cooking, I chop the onion, I get the cream cheese mixture ready, I get my butter ready, and I can have dinner on the table and do a few other things in that half an hour. And just, I don't know, we like it just with some French bread or some crusty Italian bread or whatever you like to serve the soup with, and it's a nice hearty meal. I think that's why my husband likes it so much, is it is a hearty meal. And it's not like a runny broth soup. He likes some stiffness to his soup, some substance, I should say, maybe not stiffness. So anyway, I just wanted to share with you what I'm doing. And our updated deep cover baker, just so you guys know, is on special for October hosts, and there's so much you can do in that. Before we had the pressure cooker, before we had you know, an air fryer and things like that, I have to tell you, I depended on my deep cover baker and all the recipes that Pampered Chef has come up with, that you can do most of them in the microwave, and they turn out spectacularly. So if you're looking to get dinner done fast, message me or drop a comment below. If you have a deep cover baker, let me know below. If you don't know what to do with it, definitely let me know, because I can help you with that. So you guys have a great Sunday afternoon, what's left of it, and a wonderful week. And stay warm. Here in Northern Illinois, it's supposed to get really cold tomorrow and Tuesday, but by the end of the week, be warm again. So stay warm here at the beginning. Make your favorite soup, and I would love to know your favorite soup. Have a great day, and hey, Beth, thanks for watching. Take care.